Last time on Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater. Alec, Harlock, Alfred 2.0, Viva, and Spider Morrigan headed to the Darkwood Forest. After avoiding some dangerous foliage, they found safe passage into the forest, while Viva stayed behind. After a few battles, they found the Darkwood village abandoned, and rested and drank around the old fire pit. Not long after, Periphery arrived and joined them for a drink, and led them back to the new Darkwood village. The rest of the group caught up with Osk at the hidden temple on Kelnar, and helped him finish uncovering the entrance. Once inside, they found themselves in a cramped room trying to solve a riddle to escape or move forward. And now, Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater continues. So here you guys are, Legend of the Hidden Temple, in the first room of the Hidden Temple of Telorix. Or the Hidden Temple of Kelnar, I should say, actually.
Well, I'm there, right?
You are there.
Yeah.
You wake up, Jacques is still asleep apparently, because he's a heavy sleeper. But you wake up and you realize that you're inside of an a crimson reddish stone room with holes in the wall and a riddle written on the wall in Kelnarin, which is pretty close to common, so everyone I think was able to figure it out without too much linguistics rolls. Yeah, and Ramses is there, so Ramses can help you guys decode whatever riddles there are. So here you are, you're in the first room. Do you guys want to tell Juwan? Juwan just woke up. You guys can tell her what the riddle is.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Alright, so the riddle says, all about but not seen, can be captured but not held, can be cut but does not bleed. The riddle, we have to figure out what that thing is that is all about but not seen, can be captured but not held, can be cut but does not bleed.
Wind, breath,
Yeah, it's like air,
Hey.
but it doesn't quite fit. I don't know. That's what I was
cut
thinking.
wind.
But...
Good answer, that's probably not it.
Because cutting wind is farting.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I did, because cut the wind. Exactly.
Yeah, so
But how do you...
that forth as well.
Alright,
So the answer to the riddle is wind.
Aha, that's what
So, but how do you... But there's a room full of holes.
So I'll cast Gust of Wind at the wall of holes.
Wait, let Juwan do it.
Okay, fine. Shawan does it.
That's for like, she's famous for a gust of wind. We'll even say both of you can cast it. Together, you as druids, you cast a super cool gust of wind. So it starts blowing all these holes, and it creates like a whistle tone. And then a stone, the wall just sort of drops down and opens up to a next room. And as that one drops down, the door back out opens up. So you guys can now either leave and go back out to the desert or move forward.
Forward.
Go forward, right?
Yeah, you have a limited amount. You have like 10 seconds to move forward. The gates, both of them start closing again. You have a limited amount of time to make your decision.
Camp is coming with us.
Alright, you drag Jacques behind you in the camel.
I don't have to drag, it's on a camel.
Well, yeah,
Just walk the camel.
You coerce the camel, you're a druid. Alright, so you guys go into the second room.
Alright. Yeah,
Perception and shit.
Yep. 14.
Plus
11.
14.
Alright, well, I mean, you can all roll, but between all of you, you're in a tiny room, so there's not a whole lot to see. So between all of you, I'm sure you roll high enough to pick up what's in this room.
I got 20 total.
In Kelnarin, there are two statues in this room which look like they're guarding two doors. And on the wall it says, "Two statues guard two doors. One always lies, one always truths. Ask each one two questions, then choose." So you get, you can ask two questions to each statue, and you must choose a door after that. They won't answer any more than two questions. One door leads forward, one door does not. So.
Would one of our questions be, do you lie?
Yeah, you can, your question can be whatever you want. I don't care what your question is, but is that your question?
What if someone tells lies, then can we just ask them if they tell lies?
Yeah, which door? There's a door on the left and a door on the right. So go and specify which one you're asking.
Can we, like, powwow before we ask?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, you can powwow.
because
You guys can sit.
the
You have
whole
time
group only
until you
gets four questions
four questions total.
The whole group. Okay.
Yep. Whoever's in this room right now.
So, what if we ask them both if they lie, right? One is telling, well, then they're both going to give the same answer, right?
They'll both say no.
They both say no, yeah, so that's not a good...
Theoretically.
Yeah, but then if you ask them, do you both tell the truth? And they'll both say yes. And so you haven't gotten anywhere.
Yeah,
They both
that's not
answered the
good.
same on the trying to catch the logic trap there.
You ask one statue if the other one tells the truth.
You'll know that one door leads forward and one door will lead to danger. So you'll know that.
Will's plan, because if we pit them against each other, one that tells the truth, you're still going to get the same answer.
Yeah, it's pretty much
One's going to say yes,
You
the other
figure it
one's going to say yes. No, no.
Well, if the other one, if we ask the one that tells the truth, if the other one tells the truth, it's going to say no.
Right.
And if we ask one that, if the other one tells the truth, it would lie and also say no. Right? Since it knows the other one does tell the truth.
Well, what do we
Right.
ask a very obvious question?
Or we could just ask a question that we know.
But we can ask one
Why?
about the other and the other one about itself, and then that
Or
would
we could
contradict.
just ask if the sky is purple, and if it only tells lies, then it's going to say yes, when we know that that's not the truth.
Yeah.
We should ask a question that we know.
Well, it has to be in this room that can pertain to the statues. Because we asked about the sky, the statues could be in this temple forever and not know about
what
sky.
Statues
Could be
look
black.
like and ask it what color it is and ask it
Or
if
you-
it's that color.
You can ask it, is my name
Camel.
Moss?
Well,
We could get a, is this a camel? And be like, nah, that's not a camel. We're
Of
like,
course.
well, that's a lie.
We're assuming that these statues are omniscient or something, that they know all of these things,
Yeah.
that they're educated. So it could, if we don't know that, then we could ask them, is my name Osk? And then they could be, I don't know, could be the answer. Because how do they know that you're Osk? Unless, so we should definitely, I don't know, we should figure out if we can ask a question like that before we do. That's what I'm saying.
Well, we know which way is forward into the riddles and which way is backwards. And
Well, both doors are of the same
and
wall.
both that there's a crystal in this cavern.
Do we know that there is?
Yes.
Yes.
Would they know that?
They're set to guard it.
It's worth a shot.
I still think that we were on to something asking one if one tells the truth and the other one if the other one.
Yeah. Let's do
That,
that.
that
Like,
feels
ask
so-
like
about
I
each other.
can't work it out in my brain to figure out which one would be.
I think we're probably better off.
So
asking-
if you ask one, does two tell the truth? And then whatever it answers, then you ask two, do you, number two, tell the truth? And then there should be some sort of information we can get there, and then we can do it again the other way
Oh,
or
it's just a
something.
series of yeses and nos. We can figure this out. There's only so many combinations.
Well,
Right.
We just ask a straightforward question that we know the answer to. Is there a crystal here? We all know there's a crystal here because we were told to come here and get it.
But do the statues know that there's a crystal here?
Well, they've been here for a long ass time, I would think, right?
Do we have to? Are they guarding two doors? We have to pick a door behind each one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after you've answered two questions, you ask one of them to open a door, and they will.
Okay.
Only
right,
one door
right.
will answer.
Right.
Open. Yeah.
Clarification.
One of our questions should be: should we take your door? And if it says yes, and we know that one tells the truth, we take that door.
Brian,
They'll both say yes.
you said these are Calnoran
After we
statues,
discover which one
correct?
tells the truth, we ask it.
So they're of Calnoran
We can get one
warriors or
question.
people? Can I roll a knowledge history to see if I can remember who these people are and see which one's about what? Like if I can remember
Yeah.
them.
See if you recognize anything about them. Yeah.
Great idea.
Yeah. Let's roll some. Let's definitely do some rolls before we ask questions and get as much information as we can.
Ooh, that's not going to be good. Yeah, that's only going to be a 6. I don't.
You don't recognize this guy, and both statues appear to be identical
Okay.
in every way.
All right.
But they're statues of people, real people from the past?
They look like pretty realistic, like statues of people. They look like
Okay.
standing statues. Weapons are made of stone. They look like pretty realistic figures. You would assume they were probably based off some
I'm
real
just
person.
wondering if they're like some Gemini twins or something like that's who they're portraying. Some
Either they're
famous
twins or
figure.
they're like statues of the same person. They look exactly the
Yeah.
same wherever they are.
It has something to do with duality, just because of the truth.
All right. Can I roll a perception on them? I want to get a little more detail about what the actual statues look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Natural one. Yeah.
They're made of a reddish orange stone. That's all you know. They look like people. They're made of reddish orange stone.
All right, roll.
One of them
Anyone
falls
else?
over on top of
Now,
you.
what kind of questions are we allowed to ask them? Like, it has
there are no
to be...
on the wall. There are no specifications. It just says 4 questions.
Okay.
Do they only answer yes or no, or can they
Yeah,
give us like full paragraph
It
answers?
doesn't say on the wall, but it says that one lies, one tells the truth, and that they will answer 4 questions total. You can even ask all 4 questions to one, but you only get 4 questions, and then after that you have to open a door.
So, we ask them if they've been there long. If have they been there for a long time? Because they have been, so the truth would be yes, and the lie would be no. I just got here.
Well, it's a relative thing, though. Like,
That
what's
is-
a long time to us?
And the lying statue has to lie. You can't just flip
Yeah,
and be like,
one statue always lies, one statue always tells the truth.
You should ask something about, like, right in front of its face. Like, is Jacques dead? Yes. Well, we know he's not dead. Because
But how would
he's
the
alive.
statue know that? I don't know.
Because the statue's got Jacques right in front of him.
But I can't, like, check his pulse or anything. He's asleep, so the statue might look dead.
We could ask, do you understand me? Do you understand the words I'm saying? The truth person
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yeah. Yeah. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Oh,
Boom.
then he clearly understands those.
yeah,
That's good.
I think that's good.
Is that gonna be your first two questions? One to each
Or if,
statue?
we could ask, since like I'm from Kalnar and I know that Ortega the Hobgoblin wouldn't be indigenous to this island, I could say, am I a Kalnarian? Or something. But I think the words is going to be, do you understand what I'm saying, is going to be better.
Let's try it, because if they say no, then...
Do they speak Common or Kalnarin?
They spoke Kelnarin, but Kelnarin's pretty close to Common, and these will be pretty simple answers. We'll assume everyone can understand it. If not, we'll assume Ramses can just tell everybody. Because Kelnarin is very like Common, but it's like jungle Common, basically.
Yeah.
Well, let's go for it.
Alright, you approach the two statues. Which one do you approach first, left or right? One or two? I don't know how you want to label them, but...
Let's be Ramses.
Let's do them left and right.
Yeah, let's go from left to right.
Alright, so the one on the left, you ask it what?
Do you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. That's
Okay.
the other one.
Yeah, I'll ask the same question to the other one.
No.
So he's lying.
Yeah.
All right. So now we
Right.
ask the question. Now we ask one of the
The left is the
the
one.
one who asked the one to the left. Is this the correct door? Because we know he tells the truth, right? Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
But what do you mean by correct? We shouldn't use the word correct.
So what do you guys do?
Ask another question. We should confirm our information.
Your 2 out of 4 questions gone. You got 2 more left. We have to decide on a door to
We
open.
might as well use all of them.
So should we ask the left one, which, is this the right door? Whichever door we're going to
You
point
shouldn't use right or correct. I mean, is it like the door forward or the door into hell? Like,
Yeah, we don't say the right door, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, you asking Kelnarin if this is the way forward. His door is the way forward, or something like that.
Yeah, I think that'll be easy.
to the rooms or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to ask,
we still don't know which one.
to the left statue, is your door the way forward to the crystal?
Says no.
Okay, so now we're fairly certain he tells the truth. Let's go ask our final question, the same question to the other door, and if he says
Wait.
no, we know that we want to go behind the door, the line one on the right. Maybe. I don't know how logic works.
Let's mull
Yes, you
around
do.
for a minute on it, and
Yeah, take your time.
If
We know
the
when
one
you're
on the
ready.
left we believe tells the truth, and we ask if it's the way forward, his door is the way forward to the crystal, and he says no,
What?
we can assume the way behind him is not the way forward to the crystal.
Why do we
Therefore,
understand?
behind the other guy? In order to confirm that, we would ask the other guy, who we are assuming always lies, if his is the way forward to the crystal, and if he says no, we know that's the correct door, because that would mean yes.
Okay, but maybe then the understand me was too vague. I don't know. But we still don't know anything because
Got for her.
You only got 4 more questions, so figure it out. Or you'll be
Yeah,
stuck
but-
in this room.
the right guy who we assume. Okay, well,
You asked one.
Logic puzzle.
just say if the right guy is the one who's telling the truth, then how can he understand the question in the first place? So he has to be lying.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
what would the other door say would be the correct door?
So we ask the right door if we ask the guy at the right door if the left door is the way to the crystal.
No.
Well, that's what we should have done to isolate it, was just pinpoint one door and work
That's
our way.
what we're kind of doing. We had to figure out who lies first, okay, and who tells the truth. And we have come to the assumption that the one on the left tells the truth.
Yeah.
We have established this. Whether or not we are correct in this, we don't know. But this is what we've established.
Yeah.
And then we asked the door on the left. His door was the way towards the crystal, and he's supposed to be the one who tells the truth. And he said no, which we can assume means no.
Right. So if we ask the guy on the right, who?
Oh, okay.
So now, if we were to ask
Hold
him,
on. Ryan, I've got a perception of 19 on those doors.
Uh-huh.
What do I see?
Stone.
Are there any gaps and stuff around it?
is there a hellish flame shooting underneath one
Any
of them?
inscriptions on the door?
No, the doors just been plain stone. The only inscription you see is the one that was the riddle above the doors that you already
I
read.
was just trying to see if I went into shadow form, if I could sneak through the gap and look behind the door and see what
I mean, you could try, because you're a shadow, you could probably go flat and sneak through. But you know, if you did that and went through the wrong door, you don't know where you'd end up. You can try it if you want, though.
So I'm just trying to think if I can see behind the door, then it might be apparent when you go through the door to see what.
Would you like to try that? You can.
I've got it too. We could, each pick a
Well, Oz
door.
cast Shadow Form, you have Shadow Plane. Which
Oh.
is slightly different.
Oh,
Well,
right,
you both
never
have
mind.
Shadow Plane.
Yeah.
I've got both
I
of
thought-
those things.
Yeah, you
I
have
thought
both.
he was-
Yeah, you both have Shadow Plane, but only Oz has Shadow Form.
I thought he was going to the shadow plane, not taking.
Yeah, whatever. Let's just play the game.
All right,
Can we
so
ask the statue on the left if the door on the right leads to the crystal?
That's what we did.
no.
I already did
We
that.
asked the statue on the left if his door leads to the crystal. We can ask the statue on the left if the door on the right leads to the crystal, because we think he always tells the truth.
But we've already
So we're
asked two
assuming-
questions, so we
You ask
can't.
4 total. You ask 4 total to any statue you want. You
Yeah.
can ask 3 to one and 1 to the other. Or
Oh.
You can ask all 4 to one statue if you wanted to. I don't care. You only get 4 questions total.
Oh, I thought we
After that, they don't answer questions. After that, they only open a door.
I thought we only got 2 questions to each statue. Okay.
4 total.
Because he tells the truth on the left, and then he'll say, no, my door doesn't go to the crystal, but yes, his door does.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
think they do a but. Like,
No, well, we've already got the answer to the
Yeah.
first part of that statement, so we just need to get the answer to the second
Second
part.
half.
the problem is that we're assuming that this guy, we are putting all our eggs in the basket that this guy tells the truth by asking our last question to him again. Because he's already said no, the left door isn't. So if he's still lying, then he'll just be like, yeah, of course, take the right door, because he's trying to mess with you.
So you're saying logically ask the other door. That way it can
That
confirm
way
or
we
deny
can
that information
try to
from
mutually
a second source.
Yeah, I'm saying we need a
Yeah,
we need to catch the second source
In a lie or a
in the
truth.
lie.
Yeah.
why couldn't we ask the right door? Is the
You're basically
left
asking the
or
same
right
question. You're just
statue?
phrasing it differently.
Door
Right.
on the left, the correct one.
Yeah,
And
let's
that
do that.
way,
Yeah, if we ask the right guy is the left door, then if he lies, he has to say yes.
yeah.
And then we have a verification that the guy telling the truth says the right door is it by saying the left door isn't. And the guy who's lying says, yeah, take the left door because he's lying. So the right door is it.
You're
So-
still operating on the assumption that the guy is telling the truth,
We're,
which is what...
we're well into
Yeah.
that assumption. We're already on question 3.
Yeah.
Exactly.
At this point, you either go with that or you go opposite of that. At this point, you either decide that you trust this door or you don't.
I think we should just
Yeah, we're
is
both.
everyone for me just saying, is the door on the left the correct way forward, or the way forward to the crystal? Just so I asked the statue on the left, I'll ask that to the statue on the right. Is
Maybe
everybody for that?
part of the question that's throwing it
It's
off.
the opposite of what I was saying, but I think it should get you to the same end.
We're going to go to the guy on the right and ask him if the door on the left is the correct way.
Yes.
All right, so Ramses goes to the door on the right and says what?
I say, is the door on the left the way forward to the crystal?
He says yes.
Okay.
So that means no.
And
If
yeah,
he's lying.
because I asked that exact same worded question in that manner to the left statue about the door, and he said no. Okay, so how the fuck do we get to the right door?
Now we ask the guy on the right to open his door, and we find out if we...
Yeah, just tell which door you want to open now. Now that the door open, you see what
we don't
happens.
have to open the door on the right. We can still...
Is it 4 questions per participant?
No, 4 questions total. As soon as the door closes, the riddle starts. So unless you guys came in one at a time, then yes. But since you're all here together, it's just 4 questions, and then the door either opens or you just end up stuck here.
Well, so what are we doing? Right door?
Right door.
Right door.
All signs that we have gathered point to the right door, but we might just be wrong from the beginning somehow. But whatever.
Work it.
Right, the do you understand me question.
That's pretty straightforward.
It's pretty, yeah.
Ramses, roll me a perception check.
That's only going to be a 5.
Yeah, never mind then. We're good. Anybody else want to roll one? You can, but it's got to be
Yeah,
pretty
I
high.
rolled-
You guys aren't as close as Ramses. He's
I
rolled a bit
rolled-
higher than he does.
I rolled an unnatural 20.
Alright, so the rest of you guys, Ramses doesn't notice he's even closer to the statues, but he doesn't notice. Maybe because he's a paladin, and paladins just don't pay attention to these kind of things, because they don't care about worldly possessions and wealth. But you guys, even from being farther away from the statues, can tell that there are some gem inlays, like their eyes are gems. They have like gems in their hilt of their belts and things like that. So there are some gems in these rooms, like stuck in the walls and stuff. Looks like some of them have already been stolen, but there are a couple left behind, if you want them.
No. The last time we stole gems from someplace, it was awful.
Totally worked for Morgan now.
There's like 7 gems that were in that like cave place.
I mean, the gem of brightness that I got is very helpful.
These are just gems that would be worth money.
These are just like
Not-
money, yeah, these are just like emeralds and things like that. That's like things that decorate these statues, basically.
I don't care about that.
I mean, you'll also notice that there are a bunch of dead bodies in this room. Not a bunch, but like 5 to 7 dead bodies in this room, like skeletons. So it looks like people have tried to come in here before and also pass this riddle and failed, so...
Do the skeletons have any like armor or stuff with them? Or it's
Yeah,
just
some of them have some, like, daggers, long swords, nothing fancy, but just regular. So if you guys want to loot that stuff, there's probably about, like, 200 gold worth of various armor and material that you guys probably wouldn't want to use yourselves unless you just want some basic equipment.
No.
But if you want to carry that stuff around and sell it later, you can. You probably only get 150 for it.
For Kit, since he's not a strong dude.
What's his weapon right now?
Ow. Hang on.
You guys want to do a vote on whether or not we should take these gems? Because it might set off booby traps, but we might also just be walking out.
Well, the guild I'm aligned to, as being lawful good, I'm not going to...
Anybody have knowledge dungeoneering? Would you be able to
Great.
detect traps?
I got knowledge engineering.
And I also agree with Liz. I think this would be more trouble than it's worth for the few. For the small amount of gold you're going to get. Even if this fucking...
My god likes thievery, and I'm a gnome who likes gems, so... I'm interested. I'll roll a knowledge dungeoneering. Natural 19.
What'd you get, Tom?
I got 12 knowledge engineering.
Yeah, you can't tell if they're traps or anything with the 12.
I got a 23.
But Pleek got a 23, and Pleek assures you that it's safe, that they just seem to be, like, just jewels mounted into a statue, basically.
Alright, well, I want to do some sleight of hand checks to remove some gems.
Oh.
Or should we just take like a 20 and...
You can take a 20 and take whatever you want while you decide which door you want to open.
Yeah. Alright, let's do that.
Everyone-
We'll talk about
Everyone that's taking gems, roll a d6. If you're not taking gems, don't roll one, it's fine.
If this room fills it with blood because of this, I'm gonna let you fuckers drown.
I got a 6.
Alright,
Water.
whatever you roll, that's how many gemstones you get. They are cut gemstones, so they are worth more than uncut.
I really want to get some gemstones, but I think as a Kalnaran that wouldn't be kosher.
And as a paladin.
And
Stealing from
exactly.
Stealing from a
paladin.
temple. This is a temple, Ramses.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm going to refrain and abstain from it. And
Don't steal from the
I'm
temple.
going to just chill.
Alright, so if you took gems, take them. If not, you can just do whatever until you guys decide which door you want to open.
Alright.
Okay, right door.
Brian,
I mean, literally, it's a
Kit
50-50
has got a
chance.
sickle, a masterwork sickle, and a masterwork sling.
There's some, like, I don't know if Chris a druid. I don't know if kids or if druids can carry long swords or not, but most people in here seem to be carrying long swords or broadswords, those kind of things. Then there are a couple, like, there's like one guy with a pistol, which I don't know if you guys want to steal another pistol, but you can if you want. No ammunition, but just a pistol that's unloaded. If you guys want to take that, but there's not a whole lot else in here. Basic armor, like those guys are wearing like leather armor because it's the desert, so it's kind of hot. So not a lot of them are wearing heavy armor. If anybody wants extra leather armor, they got that.
Kid's got a +1 hide armor, so would the leather be helpful for him?
I think leather. I can check and see, but if they're either the same or it's like one more, or it's like a 1 point difference. You want me to check?
+2.
Yeah, leather's +2. So leather's +2. What's his hide armor? What's that a plus?
+1.
So yeah, if you want to switch that for a +2 armor, you can for leather. So we're gonna dress Kit in some leather.
Yeah, Kit.
Give him a leather mask and like a ball gag.
Okay.
Alright.
So I have a question here.
I'm not here to judge.
When we ask them a question, Does the person who tells the truth, who always tells the truth, does he have to tell the truth on every level?
You cannot lie.
That question, like, say, because a question can have different meanings depending on how you want to interpret it.
Yeah.
So, does he have to tell the truth in every different way that he's interpreting it? Or, because, so, say, do you understand me is a question we asked. Now, there could be a metaphysical reasoning behind it. Do you understand my purpose of being, why I'm here now in this thing? Do you understand me? And the answer to that would be no. But,
so do you understand what I am saying?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Alright, we choose right door.
So you guys go in the right door?
Yeah.
Alright, you open the right door. Behind you, the door to room 1 opens and the door forward opens.
You ever hear like the Zelda sound?
That's exactly what you hear.
Oh, thank God.
Every time you open a door, that's the sound that plays.
Alright, can we explain how we
Put the Pamela and Jock through the door first.
Okay. You have about 10 seconds, so hurry.
We're going through.
You have 10 seconds before both doors close behind you.
Alright, let's go.
You guys enter room 3. In Kelnarn, on the wall, Ramses reads the words, "No sooner spoken than broken."
Wait. Yeah, but that's probably right.
I agree with Paul.
Hang on. Gosh.
I appreciate you guys not being quiet to solve the riddle. That's going to be horrible for the podcast.
No, I'm writing stuff down. I just like that. I want to have it all, noted.
I'm glad you solved the riddle really quickly, but 5 seconds of silence doesn't solve the problem of opening the door. But silence is the answer to the riddle, so you're halfway there.
What is it? What was the actual riddle?
no sooner spoken.
It says, yeah, no sooner spoken than broken.
Alright.
The answer is wind again.
Gust of wind. So you get through every
No,
maze.
it's Archer, Brian. Come on.
Alright, I'm gonna make a perception check in the room.
The library check.
Alright, between all of you, because you're all looking, and I assume that between all of you can communicate what you see. Yeah, it seems like a room full of loose stone, a door behind you, a door in front of you. And that riddle on the wall, that's it. Pretty small room, about 8 by, 10 by 10, 8 by 8 room. You guys are kind of squished in here. You guys have been going through these rooms. Usually it would be obvious that mostly people come through here alone. You guys are coming in big groups. You guys are pretty smushed every time you go into a room.
Okay. Can we just say silence?
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Silence? No sooner spoken? You don't speak silence, though, do you?
Silence is broken.
Silence is broken.
The answer is silence. So I'm gonna say silence.
You say the word silence. Nothing happens when you say the word silence.
Nothing happens?
Not when he says the word silence, no.
Alright, has anybody got a thunderclap?
Let's just all
Let's break the silence.
let's
All yell.
all hold our breath and not make a sound at all.
We already did that, though.
Is Ramses... is Ramses... What are you suggesting specifically, Ramses? Are you suggesting like a period of silence? I mean, you guys didn't do that in game. We did in real life. You guys were silent for a minute. Are you guys like physically in game, like just being quiet?
Yeah, I mean, we understand.
Are you guys... Is Ramses going to convince you guys to meditate for an hour, I guess is my real question.
Yeah, we can do that.
Alright, under Ramses' direction, you guys meditate for an hour. After an hour of meditation, the door in front of you opens and the door behind you opens. You have 10 seconds to get...
Forward!
You guys go into room 4. In room 4, there are 12 dials next to a door, once the doors close. And there is a riddle written in Kelnarn that says, "Numbers in names of numbers." There are 12 dials. Each dial has a number 1 through 6 on it. You can turn each of them to a number, and the door will not open until the sequence is correct.
So it's like a combination lock?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sure. Or VI, doesn't matter. Sure. VI, I, IV,
It's 1
V.
through 6?
1 through 6 on all 12 dials. 12 dials, 1 through 6. You have to turn them all to the right number for the door will open.
Alright, obviously, first choice, turn them all to 6s, go straight beast with it. I feel like Brian has that in the game somewhere.
Say it again. All what?
You
have
all
to-
6s, go Slayer, a little bit in there. But no, but seriously, with the 12.
You have to come up with, like
12 digits.
a 12-digit number that has a name of a number in it, basically.
And
8,
each
6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9.
It's only 7 digits. A little short.
So,
Big boobies.
A number with 12 letters in it.
Alright, okay. And it's each dial has 6 numbers?
Yeah.
Each dial has 6. There are 12.
And it's
12 total dials you have to turn before the door will open.
Not 0, so just 1 through 6.
I'll say when you guys walk in, they're all set at 6 already, and the door's not open. So they're already all at 6, and that's obviously wrong. Someone tried that last time, and there's a dead body on the floor from the last guy that tried all 6s.
What an idiot.
I'll say he's carrying a slingshot, a battle helmet, and some like leather pantaloons and chainmail.
So there's 12 dials that we have to set to.
Numbers 1 through 6, correct.
So if it's the number in names of numbers, and there are 3 words in names of numbers, we put them all to 3.
You can try that if you want.
Do we get to do this over and over again?
You can. Well, yeah. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet.
Brian,
I
tell me.
don't like the idea of putting
So
them
I
all
want to
on
find
the
out.
same number. I don't think that's going to be the way to go. I think it's going to be maybe a little more intense than that. But I don't know. I'm not good with riddles. I don't know why I'm along for this ride.
I mean, can the numbers represent letters? But then how do you know which letters represent which numbers? There's only six numbers. There's a lot, 24 letters in the alphabet.
You said the dials are set to the actual numerals 1, or are they
Right now they're all set to 6, and
Yeah,
apparently the
and
last
they
guy
like-
that tried to set them to 6 died.
Roman numerals for the numbers?
Sure, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
It matters to us, Brian.
it doesn't
Well,
matter. For the riddle, it doesn't matter. They can be Roman numerals or not.
Because for actually Roman numerals, there's certain numbers we can turn to that are in the names of other numbers. Like,
So, 1 through 6.
so IV would be.
Well, the fact that I'm saying it doesn't matter means that's not it. But yeah, it could be or not. It doesn't matter.
Well,
Talk amongst yourselves.
12 letter number, is that what we're looking for?
Potentially.
How long till you
What
guys
did the
start
exact
that?
riddle say?
Letters and then
Numbers in names of numbers.
All the numbers are in names of other numbers. Right?
Yeah.
What could that mean? Like 120 is 20 is 100 is the name of the number within the number?
Yeah.
But then what does that have to do with 26?
Well, we have to have 1 through 6 12 times, so it's going to be a 12-digit number potentially.
Should we like pray to like some gods or do some? Maybe I can do some Samsara knowledge history.
Okay, so I started doing something that you should tell me if this is stupid, but in the words names of numbers,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
there are letters contained in that make up 1 and then 4, and then we'd find another number, like the word of number.
4 has 1 has an N, 4 has a U, but no one has an M.
No.
Right? Is that what you mean? Because that's what
That's what you were doing?
well, that's the pattern I thought you were trying to explain.
No, in the actual words, names of numbers, you can scramble up the letters that are in that phrase to make the word version
Oh,
of
in
numbers.
an anagram.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Oh, see, I was thinking because there's an N in the number 1, but not in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That N stands for 1 in numbers, and then U is only in 4, so U numbers, and then but
You
there's
went on a
no.
whole other level Brian wasn't thinking about. Now he's upset he didn't think about that
No,
first.
you guys are making these riddles way cooler than I did. These
So
riddles
you're
seem way
not
better.
This isn't right.
Well, you were on the right path, but it's wrong. You have something going on there that I thought for a second I thought you were on the right path, but you're not. But I can't tell you that because you
What
guys are in
path did you
games.
think I was on?
I will say that weren't you doing some sort of roll there, Cersei? I'll give you guys some hints with a Cersei roll of some sort if you can give me a reason while she's rolling it.
Yeah.
This is a tricky one.
All right, I can sit down with my Samsara life wheel and try to roll a knowledge history through my past lives, see if anything rings a bell.
Okay.
Cersei was a mathematician in a past life.
That's going to be 29.
All right. The dead body on the floor. That's yours. You're the last person that tried all the sixes.
Yeah.
You'll know that 2 of those 6s are right, and the rest are all wrong.
Well,
Wait, how is Cersei's body?
Wait,
I'm
what
reincarnated.
6s does she know what 6s are right?
No, but she knows that 2 of them are.
How?
Just magically. This is I'm being nice to you guys.
Yeah.
Don't question it.
No, I'll take it.
Yeah.
She had a reason to believe some of those 6s. She doesn't know which ones, but she knows for some reason that 2 of them are right.
Do you think it could be potentially the first 6 numbers are mirrored backwards on the last 6 since there's 12 numbers?
So 1 through 6, and then 6 through 1, like
Not
ascending and then descending.
Yeah, but not like that exact. Like if we figure out one order, we could just reverse it or mirror it on the second order potentially.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't have any clue about this. I suck at math. Yeah. That was not good at word problems, Brian.
So, are the 6s correct because whenever you spell out the word 6, it has an X in it, and an X is a number?
Who are you asking? How can I answer that?
Because you'll just answer it, and you'll tell me.
Because I
if we're
love
on the
you?
right track.
You gotta stop cheating. Just because you're my wife doesn't mean you can always cheat in D&D, Liz.
You just told me for the one I did a minute ago whether it was on the right track or not. I'm not asking you to tell me the answer. I'm just asking you to tell me if I'm on the right track.
I can't tell you anymore. I've already told you too much.
Brian.
I know, I'm sorry.
Brian.
I know, let's do that because I don't want to tell you more stuff. It's not fair. You can't use your love as a weapon.
I just don't think that there would be. So it's 2 numbers, 2 of every number. Like I think that's too simple. Where it's just gonna be like there's 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s. I think it's like
No, that doesn't make sense.
yeah. I think there's gonna be.
Because 6 has got an X, and an X is a 10.
Yeah, but you said Roman numerals didn't.
Roman numerals don't matter.
Yeah.
Don't ever think of Roman
No
numeral
place.
part. They're not important in this particular riddle. I already said too much by telling you that, but they are not a part of this. I can switch back to the group in the woods in the Darkwood Forest. You guys have napped up, hanging out with some gnomes, whatever few gnomes are left. You guys are in the forest. What do you do?
I would probably be like, I should probably get out of here if these raiding parties are still coming through.
Periphery agrees, and that's why they moved their village, but he's sworn to protect the Tree of Ermunsel. So he can't, he says, most of the people in this village have already been captured or taken. He says, me and a few rebels stay behind, but we can't abandon the tree, because if we do, then there will be no one here to usher spirits to the place they're supposed to go, and no one here to protect Ermunsel, and there will be people who can just go to and from the other plane as they please, and that's not something that's good for the world, so to speak.
I guess I want to ask about how often these raiding parties have been coming.
He says about once a month for 50 years.
How big are the groups that usually come, the raiding parties?
They're usually pretty small, and he'll say that they've put up some guards on the border of the forest to protect them, blink dogs and yellow musk creepers and fungus, things like that to protect the forest, but as a gnome, you can only do so much to protect the forest from people coming into it, especially elves who are pretty magically inclined and pretty able to navigate through these type of things.
Do we know which city they're coming from?
The people that are raiding?
Yeah.
Westport and Northport, mostly Northport because they have factories there that make magical items, and they use the gnomes as like slave labor basically, because gnomes are really good at magical crafting. They're good crafters. So they've been kidnapped for over 50 years to help them create magical exports. Northport's known for their magical exports. They export magical items around the world.
Yeah. My character really doesn't like slave labor, man.
No, and I'm all for. My God is all for like revolution.
Yeah, mine's all about liberation.
Yeah, it's very similar.
You wanna go try to break some people out, or?
In Westport.
It's a big city, right? It's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, Northport's where the slaves are. Westport's more the military. Northport's more like a factory town. So that's where the gnomes are kept in factories. Is there?
Morgan is just going to say, Northport, stay out of Temple. But yeah, Harlock's totally down to go to Northport to try and break some slaves out.
Oh yeah, let's go to Northport.
Alright.
I'm gonna tell Mike, we're gonna try to get some of your gnomes out.
Yeah, Periphery, is there any way you can, like, get us some, like, safe passage out of the forest, or we just on our own?
Yeah, you're pretty much on your own. He can't. He's sworn to protect our moon still, so he can't guide you. And there aren't enough gnomes, so he can just like loan you a guide. He says there's only a couple of us left. He says maybe there's a possibility that Fabricus will take you into Northport.
Fabricus.
Yeah, he's a gnome that lives here in Darkwood Village. He's the leader of the Darkwood Defenders.
Can we use one of the trees as a passageway?
If you have a way to tree stride, yeah.
I was hoping that we'd use that door thing.
Oh, and Runsel? That only goes to the Ethereal Plains, unless you guys want to go to where ghosts live.
What was this gnome's name again?
Fabricus?
Fabricus. That he can beat Fabricus.
Yeah, he's actually nearby. Periphery will point him out. He's a gnome. He's about 3 feet tall. He's mostly wrapped in black cloth. It's mostly hidden, all covered. Very dark features, like he's got black oil paint on his face and stuff. Looks like a coming-of-age adventurer, like early 20s. Yeah.
Because you know that oil paint is hard to wash off.
Yeah, he's fine. He doesn't care. He's trying to sneak around in the cities that don't like gnomes, so.
Alright, let's go up to Fabricus.
We're gonna explain to him that we're gonna try to free some gnomes.
Yeah.
Alright, that's what he's all about. He's been trying to free gnomes for a long time. That's his whole
Do you know
cause.
any, not safe ways, since I've got, do you know any safer ways we can head north, or
He can
any
lead.
trails?
He can lead you guys out of the forest safely. He can show you the path around the zombies and stuff like that if you want.
Alright, yeah, that'd be cool. Also, do you know how much? Can you tell us everything you know about Northport?
If there'd be a good spot to strike, or
Roll me a knowledge local or diplomacy.
I'm gonna diploma the shit out of that.
I'll do a knowledge local.
Probably like that diplomacy out of his butt. He's pooping that. Alright, poops. I rolled a 9 plus 14. So 23?
Yeah, I mean, he'll tell you that Northport's known for their magical exports. It's a town of mostly drow. They do have a lot of elves, orcs, hobgoblins. Hobgoblins kind of run the guard, pretty much. Well, the drow run the guard, but hobgoblins work as the guard captains and things like that. Some humans, some gnomes. Most of the gnomes are in factories, though, and they're slaves, basically, slave laborers that are owned by the noble drow. So noble drow keep these gnomes as prisoners. He'll tell you that it's always darker in Northport. So whatever light you expect it to be, it's probably gonna be 2 steps darker than that. Whatever you're used to, it's gonna be dark there. And it's a very town that's full of nobles and rich aristocrats that treat other people poorly. So if you're not one of the rich drow, then you're not probably gonna get treated very well there. They have a very high noble class, rich exporters that export magical goods, and everyone else kind of works for them. So it's like the town guard works for the factories. Everyone else in town works for the factory. So either you own the factory or you work for the people that own the factory.
What's the layout of the city?
I mean, it's mostly factories. They've got a dock, a couple shops, and like a lot of homes, like a lot of like upscale noble housing. But mostly, other than that, it's just like upscale housing, factories, and a dock. They do have a magic academy, a stables. They have a private library, a magic arena, a tavern, and an inn.
What about the walls?
They have a bank of mini planes, a dark market, shadow cabinet, craft gallery, orc garrison, all kinds of stuff. The Temple of Chaya. What are you asking? The walls? The walls are pretty tall and they're pretty well guarded. They have a lot of drow archers all along the walls. They're probably 30, 40 feet tall.
Morgan says. Alright, got it. I'm sure Morgan is.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, if I'm sure you've thought about liberating some of the gnomes. If you were going to do it, how would you? Could you give us any pointers?
Asking Fabricus? I mean, Fabricus is a sneaky guy. He says he can't usually manage to rescue more than 1 or 2 at a time. He usually sneaks down to their caverns or their jails, or he just tries to create whatever mischief he can. Even if he can't free someone, he'll try to mess up, like gum up the works at a factory or throw a wrench in the works, or he's an anarchist. He's just trying to bring them down, a little bit at a time. He frees people when he can, but it's hard for him to do because there's not. I mean, it's mostly like him working alone with 3 or 4 other gnomes tops, so he doesn't have a lot of help freeing gnomes.
But you can get commanded by a level 2 crew to drown.
Yeah, from Westport.
Oh, any elite draft.
Is it elite drow, Brian?
Elite drow, yep.
Which is what he said is there.
And there's drow everywhere, and where there are drow, there are elite drow, so.
But elite drow are they're not like specific. Oh, there's only elite drow in Westport Farm.
No, there's elite drow everywhere.
Yeah.
You can, anyone can be there are elite drow in all the cities. Pretty much, if you're like a high-ranking drow, you're an elite drow.
Yeah, what's up, man?
I believe Morgan is snuck into the Northport.
I mean, they have a gate that'll pretty much, it goes into the city that'll pretty much let you guys in. I mean,
Yeah,
Fabricus
yeah.
will probably stay behind because he's a gnome. He's not going to be able to walk in. But he'll lead you guys there, and you guys can enter Northport alone. And you're not gnomes, so you won't get hassled. You're allowed to walk in through the gate.
I'll risk it. I don't know if I want to risk. We're gonna walk. We're gonna leave Morgan just inside the woods. Like
Okay, on the edge of the woods.
Yeah. Just like ass ablazing.
You want to say maybe you go back and meet back up with Viva too?
Yeah, leave Viva with Morgan.
So Morgan goes and gets Viva and brings Viva up to the north part of the woods instead of the south part of the woods. So that's what you during the time that they're in town. We'll say that you go get Viva and bring her back to a meeting space. That way you guys can all be together if anything happens.
Alright,
Go find Viva.
Alright. So, alright, yeah, just Harlock, Alec,
Alec.
and
Caesar.
Caesar. I feel like we should leave bombs.
That's my steed.
Yeah. Gonna just be walking on.
All right, you guys ride into the town of Northport.
Yeah.
There are several hobgoblin guards at the gate, but it's broad daylight, and they seem to not have a problem letting you guys in. So you guys enter the city of Northport. It's pretty dark there. Other than that, normal city. A lot of large factories.
Alright, can we
You don't
just
mind tend to my garden while you're there.
should we go to the bar first? I feel like
Yeah.
we're gonna go to the
Tend to my
closest
house.
tavern.
Yeah.
Or ask the guards, like, oh, we've been traveling. Is there any way,
You guys go to Silhouette's Tavern?
Yeah, silhouettes. I feel like Will named that one.
I accidentally changed it to Silhouette's Lounge.
That's right, Silhouette's Lounge. I forgot. You guys go to Silhouette's Lounge. It's a little hole-in-the-wall place, pretty dank and dark. Cobwebs on the walls, things like that. Seems like a place the locals drink, but there are not a whole other bars in Northport, so you guys head on in.
I think I wrote down Slut House. And whatever Will said it's called, I just wrote down Slut House.
Really good notes.
Slut House. Alright, yeah, so, let's go in there, let's get some drinks.
Yeah, I'm gonna get 2 drinks, one for me and one for Sun Wukong.
Alright.
Oh.
They've got Elven Absinthe, Baiju, Bufo, Caviar Coffee, Elven Trail Rations, and Jaminju Head Fruit Ale, and fine wine.
You know what? Harlock is just gonna stick to fine wine. I feel like Morgan warned him about some of these
Alright,
other-
fine wine, you can get a bottle for 15 gold here. Pretty cheap for fine wine, really.
Go get a bottle.
Alright, 15 gold each for a bottle of wine you can sit here and drink on all day. You can't leave the bar with your bottles, you gotta drink them while you're here, of course, but...
Yeah, we'll share with some youth.
Well, I'm gonna pour one for Sun Wukong, of course.
Dope. Splash them on the floor.
Yeah, shrimp.
Piss off
But
the janitor.
as a god of liberation, drunkenness, I feel like we're going to be connecting on 2 fronts. I want to sit down and meditate as I'm chugging alcohol. If you can give me any pointers on what to do in this town, maybe there's like an underground, like the V-Locks.
Yeah. Okay, so your god will tell you there's not an underground movement here like the V-Locks. The closest thing is the Darkwood Defenders, which Fabricus runs.
Yeah.
But you would know that most of the gnomes are either kept in the factories or in the drow caverns nearby, underground. So you either need to free them from the factories during the workday or free them from the caverns at night when they're being held. Is what you would be able to glean from your god that wants freedom and independence for all these people. Also.
I kind of like the idea of caverns at night. I don't yell that in the bar.
I feel like we should, we've got 2 bottles of wine, let's invite some locals.
Yeah, let's,
Prod for numbers.
yeah.
Prod for knowledge.
Let's just, have some drinks and see what they say.
Alright, you guys have some drinks? Drink some of the locals? What do you guys got?
I
I mean, like, I'm just gonna go right off the bat and be like, we've been traveling for many days. We heard, like, this is the motherfucking place to get magic items.
They'll say, that Northport's famous for magical items, and most of the magical items around the world come from here and are made here and shipped around the world. So, yeah, they're very proud to be makers of magic items.
That's fucking baller. That's what we're looking for.
So you should check out some of their shops.
Yeah, like...
It says they've recently cornered the marker in True Sight goggles. They've recently started shipping those to law enforcement officers around the world.
Nice. What do those do?
They allow you to wear them, and whenever you wear them, you can see things as they truly are. So you see, if someone tries to go invisible, you still see them. If someone tries to change shape, you still see them in their natural form.
Nice.
A great law enforcement tool.
My partner and I just acquired some of these. We acquired some furs. I think, maybe y'all can magic them up. Do you know anybody that's like a furrier? Or,
yeah, you might be able to sell some furs in the local market.
Yeah.
They don't know anyone that specifically buys furs alone, but someone in the local market might buy them.
Alright. Good to know. So, like, who's, like, your most famous magic item maker here?
He said, well, the city didn't used to exist, except the wizard Barclay, whenever he settled here after his adventures, moved away from the city of Westport because he thought the military was too strong of an influence, and settled here, and created a bunch of magical items, and this is where kind of his empire started, was here in Northport. He created the city, basically.
Gotcha. So,
and they say his magic items are what saved everyone from the dragon that was ruling over this island, basically.
Gotcha. So Mr. Barclay makes all these magic items by himself?
He's the inventor of them.
Sweet. I've got, like, an interest in, like, magic shit. How do you all hire workers for this stuff?
As far as the bartender knows, he says all their labor problems are already taken care of.
Well, what do you mean by that? Go on. Go on.
He says, well, as far as he knows, they have affordable labor solutions already in place. They're not looking to hire any outsiders.
Wink. So, like, kind of like slave labor. I mean, as a slum...
He doesn't know about that. He's just like, I don't know. I just hear they've got it under control. I've never seen a want ad for work there or anything.
I mean, I do love some cheap labor. Cheap housing.
It's capitalism for you.
Yeah, not cheap.
Scum for
Alright,
the next two. Yeah.
I'd like to, like, talk to this Barclay or, at least see his place of operation.
Rumor is that he died several years ago.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
And rumor is his wife died recently as well. He does have some successors, a niece and a daughter.
Well, I always like a good business deal. Do you know of any of the factories where I can maybe pick up some shit wholesale?
He says most of the factories run the shops here in town, and this town's probably the cheapest you're going to find these items. They don't usually let people from the outside in the factories, but if you want to stop by one of their shops, they'll probably sell you some items on the cheap.
Yep, so scope it out.
Alright. What do you think is the biggest shop in town?
Well, there aren't any particular shops. He says, everything kind of is made by Barclay Industries. But if you go to the marketplace, there are several booths that sell different things from Barclay Industries.
Gotcha.
They pretty much sell all basic gear and equipment, spider silk rope, and a bunch of other stuff.
Alright, well, let's go check out Bar Costco. Yeah, let's go. You want to roll up to the market? Barclay. The Barclay. Let's roll up to the Barclay.
Alright, roll to the Barclay outlet. The marketplace. Yeah, they have all kinds of magical goods here. Wands, goggles, weapons. Pretty much anything you could imagine can be bought here. All basic equipment, a lot of the magical equipment, and some special things that are just found here. But I don't know how much money you guys have to blow.
Can I roll I want to roll a perception check to see if I see anything that looks like gnomish in nature.
Go for it.
Oh yeah, 15.
And with that, you know enough to know that most of the goods here appear elven in design, but gnomish in make.
Okay.
Like elves design them, but gnomes probably crafted them.
So you want to just like walk up and blatantly be
Yeah.
like, "What's up? This is pretty."
I just want to see where the factory is. Roll perception. Natural 20.
The factories are near the docks, but you kind of are aware where they are. There are several large factories in the docks, 4 or 5 large factories in the docks and warehouses.
You used to be a prominent business owner in some order. Maybe you'd be able to talk to some business owners.
Yeah. Alright. So yeah, I'm gonna go up to the first person I noticed with like gnomish built goods. Alright, so I'm gonna walk up to like the first booth I see and be like, "These are wonderful goods you got here."
It says, "Thank you, made right here in Northport."
Where did you make them yourself?
It says, "Oh no, they're made at Barclay Industries, home of the largest magical export maker in the whole known Prime universe."
That sounds interesting. That sounded really creepy. I didn't mean it to. I assume I'm talking to a female because I'm awkward as fuck.
Sure, yeah, it's totally a hot chick trying to. It's just the floor model lady. She's like pushing her boobs up and like showing you magical items at the same time.
I'm like, sorry, he's newly single.
Yeah, he's on the market again.
Well, and you step in.
Let's go to the factory.
Yeah, factory. Can we tour this factory?
It says the factories aren't open to public tours, unfortunately. It says there are a lot of very secret, corporate-held secrets there for making magic items. They don't like to let outsiders in.
Willy Wonka, gotcha. Let's go. Give it a knock.
We come for a job. We work.
So you're welcome to try and get a job there, but from what I understand, their labor problems are already solved.
Where we apply?
So I'm sure they have a front office.
Yeah, we go to the factory. Stop asking just a question. We go to the factory.
You go to the factory, to the front office, there's a secretary there.
You get drink later? Trying to be awkward.
Nailed it.
It's working.
Nailed it.
It's working.
Alright, we head to the docks. Somebody let us. We head towards the factory.
You go to the docks, you were able to enter one of the front open houses of one of the factories there, with a secretary and a small waiting room area, but not allowed into the factory or floor area.
I roll a perception check on secretary.
Okay.
18 plus. Oh, that's Morgan. I was like 18 plus 13. No.
Morgan didn't come. Morgan waited outside of the city, right?
That sounds like that's not right. There we go. 21. 18 plus 3. That's more like
Oh, that's still enough to know that the secretary looks drow, and there seems to be 2 hobgoblin guards in this opening room area.
Cool. I want to walk up and be like, my employer here is a former business owner on, I should have said that, but former business owner on Reyes, and is curious about your workings here, and might be curious in purchasing things and goods for their island, Reyes.
He says, well, we can hopefully make, if you have some shops if you run a town, you have some shops in your town, you want to set up a wholesale account, we can help you with that. Get some wholesale magical items delivered to the town that you run.
Yes, we'd like to sit down with one of your superiors, my accountant and I here.
She says she can set up a meeting for you guys tomorrow at the Silhouettes Lounge.
We love that place.
Excuse my accountant. We would like to do preliminary negotiations there, but yeah, I find it poor in taste, but we will meet you there.
So this is the way we do things here. I'm sorry.
I fully understand that. That's why I agreed to meet you there.
All right. At this point in time, I want to ask if you guys have any solutions yet that you want to try.
I have some ideas that I want to discuss.
Yeah,
At
can
least.
we discuss some?
All right, let's switch back to the Tomb people and see if you guys have any ideas yet, and then we'll go back to them. If you guys don't, if you guys can't solve it, I'll switch back. But I know you guys have been thinking for a while, so if you guys figure anything out, I want to know.
You can see steam burning out of their ears.
Yeah, that's bad.
Anyone got any ideas? Remember, there are at least 2 6s in the number.
Yeah, we got that much.
Alright, so I'll tell you 2 solutions I have that, are, I don't know. But they both have 2 6s in them.
Okay.
One is, so, numbers and names of numbers. The first number that is within the name of another number is 14. 4 in 14. 4, 5, 6, and then we don't have 17, 18, 19, so then it would be 21, so it would be 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. I'll say this, though, I got a, vague look from Brian that makes me feel not confident.
Yeah, I don't, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I get the first part where you're talking about the 4 and 14,
Yeah.
but I lost you after
I
that.
really think it has to do with the term names of numbers.
Or name, and the names of those numbers.
Right, okay. So then, I mean, in numerology, you know, your name has some number correlated to it. So I typed in the number, like the letters of, you know, like spelled out 1 to see on some website numerology calculator what the answer would be. And I got a series of 12 digits, except, and there's 2 16s, so it works out perfectly. It's 1613, except for number 3, the answer is 29. So that debunks it because there's no 9 on the top.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's what I got right now. Not
Brian,
great.
are you challenging me to mathematics right now? Is that where we need to get into some gods and earth shit right now?
I will
need to
say-
go to 5%. I need to
This
call 5%.
this riddle is not really about math.
I'll get a 5% on the fucking phone right now. You test me.
Do whatever you need to do, man. But this riddle's not a math riddle, really.
I don't
It
know
involves
about-
numbers, but it's not mathematical.
Yeah, it's got to be a play on words or something. I don't know. Numbers and names of numbers.
So I am, again, just massively overthinking. Got it.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay.
I mentioned that the actual, like, writing it out, something like a mirror image of each other
Yeah.
from beginning to end.
Because it's how we did the song when we had to do the,
Maybe this will help. I will say that there are 12 dials, and above each dial is a number.
Oh.
1 through 12. Above each dial.
Oh. Wait, okay.
Wait,
So the number 1 is above the first dial, the number 2 is above the second dial, number 3 is above the third dial, and so on, all the way through 12.
How are they arranged? Are they in a straight
They're in
line?
order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
12?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Just in a straight
With
line.
dials 1 through 6 underneath each number.
so it's 1 through 12 with the dial with the 1 through 6 on it.
On each one?
On each one.
Alright, so we know that we're going to turn it up to 1 through 6 on each one of these. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alright, can we roll like a perception check to see if anyone's scratched anything under the walls
Yeah, you can do that. I like that.
in their insanity?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
I got a 15.
Yeah, you don't see any marks of that, but it seems like failed attempts have led to death. That's what you would gather from that. Like, the people that have failed were succumbed to some sort of attack after failing.
Oh, lovely.
Well, I'm going to try to go in meditation to Aurori, since Aurori is the god of wisdom, and see if he can give me any insight. Perhaps he's probably just going to tell me I'm stupid, but that's okay.
Roll me a diplomacy with Aurori.
Alright. Where's this got good diplomacy? And that's a 15 plus 11.
Alright, Aurori will tell you that the number 1 and the word 1 are 2 different things.
Yeah. Okay. That's kind of what I was thinking, that it was something in meaning in the fucking names and the numbers. As it stated, names and numbers.
Numbers and names of numbers.
So one's different than one.
Well, the word 1 is different than the number 1.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, the actual.
Rory might even
doesn't
tell.
mean anything.
Rory might even tell you that in this context, 1 and 2 are the same thing.
The word 1 and 2 are the number.
The word 1 and 2 are the same thing, while the number 1 and 2 aren't.
Okay, they all have between 1 and there's no 6.
Oh!
3, 4, 5.
Oh, I got it. The number of letters in the number. 1
Yeah,
is is 3, and 2 is 3, and 3 is 4 or 5. I don't know. 3. How do you spell 3? I don't know. 5. There's 5 letters in 3. I figured it out on my own.
Write it out and then tell me the numbers once you've.
3, 3, 5, 4, 4, 3.
7. No, it's each like 8, 3,
Yeah.
5. It's the number of letters in it.
Five,
Each number like 12, 11, 10, 9, 10, 3, like 8, 5, 7, all that. So it's gonna be.
Pleek thinks he's got it. Do you want to let Pleek try his answer? Or do you guys want to work it out together? Tell him what you got and see if they match.
3.
Yeah, I got it. It's 3, 3, 5, 4, 3, 5, 5,
4,
6, 6.
3.
I got it. Yeah, it's.
5.
I'm not that much of an idiot. In the moment.
4.
Can't see that. Put it closer.
Yeah. 3, 3. Yeah, 3, 3, 5, 4, 4, 3, 5, 5, 4, 3, 6, 6. Boom, boom, boom.
3, 3, 5, 4, 4, 3, 5, 5, 4, 3, 6, 6.
Second.
Hey!
It's done.
We'll assume you guys do that. The door opens to the next room. You guys made it to another room.
Yeah, we move in quick.
Will the next room lead our heroes to their doom, or will they find the mummy's tomb? Tune in next time to find out on Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater.